Hi guys, Sarah with Wreath Shop here. Glad to see you. Hop on and say hi so we know you're here. I'm actually here making a wreath today, which we know only happens once every few months, so I have to remind myself and see if I can still do it. It's a challenge. So hop on. I am Sarah, the owner of the Wreath Shop. You can shop with us at thewreathshop.com. We have all of your wreath making supplies and tree decorating decor for every season and occasion. You can find us at thewreathshop.com. Free shipping at $89 or more and 5% back towards your future purchases with our loyalty rewards. Hey, Miss Sonia with the Red Rustic Rose. Hi, Karen. Hey, guys. So glad you're here. Happy to see everybody. Happy Friday and happy Valentine's Day. I forgot to wear my Valentine's top today. So sorry. We actually had the local newspaper, the Dallas Morning News, at our house this morning for 2.5 hours doing an interview on my daughter. So we kind of completely forgot about Valentine's Day this morning, and we're taking care of that later. But I'm sad I didn't put my Valentine's shirt on. So today, thank you, Miss Julie. I forgot to grab the florals. Ooh, I like this one. Is that, which one is that? That's the Lenham. Of course, we keep going with that one. Okay, so today I'm making the Texas Grown Wreath Kit. I have already put most of my deco mesh on, but I'm going to, there's a couple more spots I'm gonna fill in because I know some people always ask how we do our mesh, and we don't always do that on the Facebook Lives because it's like watching paint dry. Thank you, Sonia. Yes, you can find all of our supplies at thewreathshop.com, and you can click on wreath kits, and we have tons of wreath kits bundled together with everything you need to make a wreath to make it super easy for you. You can look through our different designs. So anyways, we cut our deco mesh at about 19 inches each, and you want 18 pieces of each color if you're using 2 rolls of mesh, and you put 1 of each color in each set of ties on the work wreath form, and I crisscross them and just, oh, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? And we crisscross them and just tie them right into the set of ties. And some people get really particular about how they do their mesh. I really don't care because it's all gonna get covered up with the sign and ribbons and all the other goodies. So this is, you're just making your base to show up behind everything and to be like, it'll fill in everything. So how is everybody's week going? How is your Friday, your Valentine's Day? Did someone special send you flowers? Do you care about Valentine's Day? Are you doing Galentine's Day? My middle daughter, who still lives at home with us, is doing she's having a Galentine's night, but with the boys, because she has a boyfriend, and her guitar player is a boy. And they're having a Galentine's party at his place. I don't know. It's a little different. And what we also realized is that not only is it Valentine's Day, but it's also President's Day weekend, right? President's Day is Monday, so it's also a 3-day weekend. So I've heard about a couple of instances this morning. I've already heard about some girls going on girls' trips this weekend, even though they're married or engaged or whatever. It's like, so much for Valentine's Day. We'd rather take the 3-day weekend for a girls' trip. See ya. Probably, the guys are probably happy to let them go and gets them out of Valentine's Day stuff, right? Rehab from knee surgery. Oh, that's not fun. Does that mean you just kind of sit around and watch the paint dry, Karen? Have to try to find things to keep you busy? You can still make wreaths. Yay. Okay, so this is the base for my Texas Grown Wreath. This is also a great base for any Western themed wreaths. For those of us in Texas, it is rodeo season. So they already had the Fort Worth stock show, and the Houston stock show and rodeo comes up next. It's like the very end of February and into March, I believe. So we have all things Western and rodeo too, but this is a great color mix for your Western themed items. Put some boots on there and stuff. We have our Texas Grown sign with the bluebonnets in it. And I've already stapled my chenille stems on the back to attach it to the wreath. And I haven't even thought about how I'm gonna make this one today. There's so many options. You can do it however you want. Put it in the middle, put it over to a side with a bow on one side, which I often like. You could eat this one. You could even put this on one side and add one of our big metal boots on the other side, like we did with our Western wreath. You know what? I'm gonna go grab the wreath. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I meant to do this earlier and bring this in here and hang this up back here so you could see it. But see how we had the sign with the metal boot on there? So you could do that with this one too. A little extra something. This is one of our Western rodeo themed wreaths. So what's going on with everybody else? Sonia, are you making wreaths, filling orders? I think I am going to put this over to one side and I don't know. I can't decide. I just can't decide. Nope. I'm going to put it in the middle and do it. I'm going to put it in the middle, but kind of raise it up a little high and try to put a bow underneath it. I always forget to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Otherwise, I get a million phone calls and text messages while I'm on here. So I am spending this weekend trying to get as much work done as possible while also preparing to go out on tour with my daughter. She's gonna be all along the East Coast, across to Texas and Phoenix on the tour bus. I have to go on the tour bus with her for the first few days. Then I'll fly home for a few days and do the Texas shows, and then fly out to Phoenix to help them bring all their equipment back. So I have turned into the roadie mom. We had the Dallas Morning News at our house this morning. Lovely writer Sarah. She came and interviewed us all. Spoke with her for a good 2 hours. Lots of things happening. Hello, Kathy. Welcome, welcome. So yes, you're filling orders as always, which is good. Good to have those orders. I keep saying I'm going to start making more wreaths to list on the website to have for sale and just to show different examples. But do I ever have time? No. And today I'm wearing the sweater, which you know how sweaters go with mesh. The mesh just likes to grab onto your sweater. So that's fun. So I'm just tying my sign down. I tie it around the twisty ties and tie the twisty ties around it. Or you can, what's really better is you should, hello, Miss Trina. Hello, good to see you. What's better is to tie the chenille stems down onto the frame. That is what you should do. What you doing today, Miss Trina? Happy Valentine's Day. Hello, Stella. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, I want to show y'all something real quick. Ooh, I'm going to show you, I wanted to show y'all the new bunny top hats that came in, I don't know, a week or so ago. Have you seen the new bunny top hats? So we have it in striped, and of course it has the wired ears. Got to have the wired ears. Striped with, they come with these little mushrooms and the flower, which you can leave on or take off depending on how you want your design to be. It has this, it's a velvety bow, and it's like a coral, kind of a coral salmon color. And then we have it in checkers too. Love that. I had a checker ribbon. I don't have it here now. We have the matching checkered ribbons to go with it, but we also have this purple velvet hat as well, and it's trying to figure out what color to call that. It's kind of an eggplant maybe? I don't know if that's right. Waiting for UPS to bring your wreath shop supplies. Well, I sure hope they show up soon. Oh, and Trina doing an event today with the city. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, yeah. And so this one, well, I'm gonna keep bringing things out. This one, I thought if you take these, I'm not crazy about these mushrooms and things on this hat, so I would take them off, and I like the look of this teal blue Easter egg with it. And look guys, we got the clock picks back in stock. Put that together, and then hold on, I pulled some ribbons. I was trying to look for ribbons to go with it too. Oops, hold on. So we have, put this where you can see it. The Dusty Rose velvet ribbon I thought looked really good with this. See that? You can pair it with a hunter green. We have the 7/8 inch hunter green in velvet. And check this out. To get that coral bow, we have the coral and white check ribbon. So it took me a little while. I knew this would be a difficult hat to match, but I pulled some things to go with it. So what do you think? Would you do it? I think it's fun. I don't know if Sonia's up for it. Hi Barb, long time no see. How are you doing? If you missed it last night, Sonia did a new Easter wreath kit in pink and green that's super fun. Okay, so I've got my sign on there. See, look, it's kind of, you gotta pull all your mesh out so you don't have those holes. But we're also gonna put ribbons and bows in here, so nothing's gonna look the same anymore. I have to figure out now what I'm gonna do with this. So to go with this, we have our Bluebonnet ribbon, of course. And this is from the new line that it's like, I don't know if it's laser printed on the ribbon. Pretty, pretty bold. Oh, yay. I'll be interested to see how you do yours, Barb. Yes, those are fun colors. That's what I like them. It's just something very different for Easter. I like a little different here and there. So we have the Bluebonnet ribbon, and this is the new line. This is these are the SKUs that start with LS, and that means that these have a stronger wire in the edge than their usual ribbons, but also look, like, see the stitched edge? It's like a thick, pretty stitched edge on that too. So it's a nice quality ribbon. Tails, Trina says tails. Well, I'm definitely gonna do a big bow, and I'll probably do some cheater bows. We'll see. will be some tails in there. And we got this new cowboy boot ribbon in. I'm new and glad I caught a live with you. Oh, hi, Rhonda. Welcome, welcome. I'm Sarah. I own thewreathshop.com with all of your wreath making supplies. So welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Okay, this is a new boot ribbon that we got in. We have it in denim. I think we have it in pink. We have it in teal, maybe red. I don't know. I don't know what all colors we have, but go check it out. If you go to ribbons and you can search by theme, you can filter by theme and you can go to the Western theme. And then we have this brown Swiss dot ribbon. And finally, we have a little, this is a 5/8 inch white ribbon because for some reason they decided to go to 5/8 inch instead of 7/8 inch. I would prefer 7/8 inch. This is a little skinny, but Trina loves the ribbon. Yay! Okay. So I need my bow maker. I'm gonna push my wreath aside. Oh, I had Julie go grab me some blue fillers, and of course she grabbed the blue linen, which this is what Sonia's been using for everything. It's just so good because it also has these little white pieces in it. And look, it's got this big bush. I love this bush, the linen bush, and we have this in different colors too. But of course, this is gonna make for great filler in here. So I'm gonna start off by making my bow. I'm gonna get this stuff out of the way. Okay, now I have to decide. This is why I don't like making things live or on video because I never know what I'm gonna do. I just kind of try it as I go, and if I don't like it, I change it and do something else. Okay, so this is directional ribbon, so I have to remember how to use directional ribbon in a bow. And you have to too, if it bothers you, to have your bluebonnets upside down. So I think what I'm going to do, I think the best thing to do is to make my tails first. So I'm just going to, I don't even know what length these are. What is that? That's about 12 inches, no, 13 inches. That's a 13-inch tail. So I'm just laying these down first as my tails, and I'm gonna dovetail these. So my bluebonnets are all going the right direction right there. And then I'm going to I have to figure out how to make this work. Sonia, you gotta help me out, girl. Okay. That's not right. Help, Sonia? Maybe if we start this way. Would that be right? Yes. Okay. So now I'm going to I'm going to pinch this down here at the end, about 1.5 inches in, and put that in my bow maker, inch and a half or so. And then I'm going to pull this through. I'm going to make a 6.5 inch loop on each side. Now, is this gonna work? This isn't gonna work. Oh my gosh, this is the problem I have with directional ribbon. Here's what I'm gonna do. So I have it folded over like this. I'm just going to do that again like this, and I'm gonna measure it from the middle on each side. I'm just gonna do it like that to make the bow part. And let's see. So it's good I think it's good to do the directional ribbon on bottom so you get that over with first, and you can do whatever you need to do with that to make it work. I'm gonna make that a little bit smaller. 6.5, 6.5. There we go. Ooh, I picked a doozy to start back with. Directional ribbon, yay! All right, so I've got 6.5 inches on the bottom with my Bluebonnets all facing the right direction. See that? So you have the Texas race with the boot. I don't know what that means. Oh, the Texas wreath with the boot. Made this last year and need more. Are you still out of supplies for that? Funny you should ask, Barb. We just got a bunch of pallets in this morning that are just finishing being checked in and put out on the shelves, and Julie will be getting everything listed shortly. So over the weekend, I would expect everything to be back up. So a lot of supplies that we've been out of for this time of year are finally coming in. We've got, yes, we have the boot. That boot should be on that, I believe. Oh gosh, I say that. I think it is. There's still some more stuff that's coming in even later. But the fillers, the 60919s that are not 60919s, they're actual, the fabric flower Eva leaf spray or whatever they are, the FH8071s in all the different colors. Those are on the palettes, so those will get back in there on the website. Okay, so I'm going to layer the brown on top of my Bluebonnets. Dovetail that end. Oh, you know what I did? Y'all, I only did 2 loops of the Bluebonnets. I was supposed to do 4. Darn it. I wasn't paying attention. Nobody said anything. Okay. So you really want 4 loops of the Bluebonnets. And I still want them 6.5 inches. So I'm basically gonna just do this and stuff this in between the pegs and then get my measurements right. There we go. Okay, so I got those evened out. And again, I'm just cutting like an inch, inch and a half on the other side of the pegs on that ribbon, just so it leaves enough to tie it down when we tie the bow off. Hi, Kathy. I feel like we have a bunch of Kathys on here. She's slowly adding now. Okay, so Sonia says Julie is getting everything added now. So you can slowly see everything popping up. Okay, now I have 4 loops at 6.5 inches each of my Bluebonnets, and I'm gonna do my brown Swiss dots. I'm gonna make the tails slightly shorter, and these could all end up getting trimmed at the end too. I'm gonna pinch and twist, keeping my pattern on the top, and make these loops about an inch shorter. So these are 5.5. What do I do on that one? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do 2 loops. If you do 4 loops of every ribbon, it ends up just so big and fluffy, which is good for some things, not for others. I'm just gonna keep it this way. I'm gonna dovetail that end. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with my boot ribbon. So where is everybody today? If If you don't know, we are located in, our warehouse is in Prosper, Texas, which is about 45 minutes north of Dallas, out in the burbs. It's cold, but it was colder earlier this week, and it's gradually warming up. It's supposed to get up to 70 tomorrow for a few hours, I heard. A few hours, and then it's going to get colder again. So again, I'm going to twist this ribbon to keep my pattern up and make the loops just slightly smaller, shorter. I'm waiting for you to get back on. Oh, thanks, Barb. I was saying, I always have the best of intentions. And I always say I'm going to get back on here and start making more things, more examples, and get on here and show the products. But the reality is I just don't have that much time. I'm out of town so much with my daughter, and then my husband and I decided to actually take a vacation this past week. We went to Florida and saw my brother and sister-in-law over the weekend and went to the Gasparilla Parade in Tampa, which is super fun. And then just my husband and I went down to Sanibel Island for a couple days just to relax. We just haven't done that lately. And then, of course, I'm trying to run my daughter's business and this business. It's just a lot. There's a lot going on. I do 4242 on the loops. Okay. Did you hear maybe snow? No, I didn't hear maybe snow next week. I'll probably be gone. I leave Tuesday, but I'm sure I'll see snow in Boston or New York or Philadelphia or somewhere. I think I do need 4 loops of this one. Okay, so Sonia said she does 4242 on hers. So the bottom ribbon, she would do 4 loops. The next one, she would do 2 loops. The next one, she would do 4 loops and then 2 loops. And because I only have one 2.5-inch ribbon on this one, also, I think that's what I needed to do. So I did 424, and then we've got our skinny little white ribbon. Sonia, what day, when are they talking snow? We've already had our snow here. We had it early in January. It's good, I'm good. We don't need any more. It's just a mess, just makes a mess. Okay, then we're gonna have our skinny little 5/8 inch on top of there. All right, can't keep this sweater on my shoulders. Okay, so I'm gonna take a chenille stem. Could do a zip tie. I'm gonna do a zip tie and a chenille stem. So I'm going to pinch this all together and pull it up off of my bow maker. Ooh, they're all so skinny, it's hard to keep together. I'm gonna place my zip tie over the center. I gotta get it facing the right way. I'm keeping it squeezed together real tight so they all stay stacked nice and neatly. I'm pulling this together snug, but I'm leaving enough room in there to put my chenille stem through there so that I can use that to tie it onto the wreath. And then pull that tight. They said the low at night will be 11. That's not cool. I think, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday morning we got up. It was 20 degrees with the feels like of 8 and I still went out and walked the dog. Yeah, I wish I had looked at the invoice of what all was going to be on these palettes so I could tell y'all. Trying to remember. I know there was more Easter stuff. Everything is just shipping late this year, but it seems like it often does. So we've still got spring and Easter coming in before we start bringing in our patriotic and summer stuff. We got some new, did you see we got some new strawberries and cherries listed? They're super cute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and place this down here at the bottom. Right beneath the middle of my sign on the center ring of the wreath frame. I'm gonna tie it down there. Oh, thank you, Sonia, for pinning this wreath kit for me. Forgot about that. So if you click on the link that Sonia just put up, that is where you can find this wreath kit. I'm loving the signs she's posting. Oh, I'll have to see. I don't remember. Is it more new Easter signs? I can't remember. Okay, so I just tied that bow onto the actual wreath frame. Yes, Julie says, yes, they are Easter signs. There are some I know that we've been waiting for because I was planning on making kits with them. And the items that you always want to use to make kits with, they always seem to come in last, of course. It's like the new stuff that comes in last for some reason. If it's repeats from the previous year, it'll come in just fine, nice and early. Okay, so I'm fluffing my bow. You take the loop of each ribbon and spread them out in an X, but also like fluff them up and out as well. There's my brown. There it is. Get my cowboy boots and that denim in there. So we have a nice mix of blues with the denim blue and the ribbon and the sign, and then you have the bolder violet blue on the sign and on your Bluebonnets. So you get the nice mix of blues, and then I wanted to throw a pop of white in there. I always love a pop of white. Okay, so we've got that started with our bow. I'm trying to decide if I want to try adding this in first and then add in the ribbons around it. I'm not sure how that would work. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to do some cheater bows around it. That's what we call the like half bows, one loop and two tails. I don't really need this for it. Will the boot theme be a kit? Easter hydrangea, wait, hold on. There's too much going on here. Okay, Easter hydrangea and rose signs. Okay, yes, and we have ribbons to go with all of those. So we've been waiting on those. Will the boot theme be a kit? Like this one, Barb? I don't know, we might make a theme for it. This one is a kit, of course. We'll see, we'll find out. I did just create another kit yesterday. Julie inspired me because she wanted me to make her a wreath with this sign and with this cat ribbon, which is cute. The paws can be dogs or cats, of course, or if you have both, it's great for that. But she has cats, so she wanted me to use the cat ribbon in there. But I put a more generic kit together, which she got listed yesterday. I'm missing a ribbon. What's the other ribbon that goes in there? What am I missing? I probably put it up somewhere. No, it was a Swiss dot. There it is. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I do ribbons, then florals. I normally do the ribbons and then florals. That's always how I've done it, but I wanted to try doing the florals first, so you see the florals a bunch, and then just have ribbon accents, so it's not just a ton of ribbons everywhere. So, okay, so this is the kit I just put together yesterday, and Julie got listed, and it goes with the natural and moss mesh too. I think the colors are pretty neutral. So anyways, that's a new kit. And you can add a cat ribbon to it if it's for cats, or add more dog ribbons, I don't know. Okay, so cheater bows. You do one loop with the two tails. And I never measure, and I always make them too long and have to cut them. So let's see. I think 24 inches is usually a good length. Like if you pull it all the way out, this would be 24 inches. So it's basically, you fold it in half and it's 12 inches. You put those together and fold it in half to dovetail it. And you can do this with 2 or 3 or 4 ribbons, whatever you want to do. I don't know. You can do it with 1 if you want. I'm gonna put... So sometimes what I do is I do these all around the wreath, all throughout it, and I'll pair up 2 ribbons together and then alternate. So if I were gonna pair these up, I would do these 2 ribbons together, and then I would do these 2 ribbons together. That's the best combo to me. But I want more than 2 ribbons in my cheater bows. And so that you can see that tail in the back, you always want to pinch and twist it forward. Oops, you can't see. Pinch and twist it forward. It is much easier. If you're more methodical, it is easier. If you know, if you have your method, your recipe that you always use for making your wreaths, then you can do it the same every time. And you know you're gonna do a bunch of cheater bows, so you can just measure out all your ribbons to 24 inches and cut them all and put them all together. Here, I'm just going willy-nilly, so we'll see what happens. And when I do these, I don't tie them together with a zip tie or chenille stem. I just tie them onto the wreath with the ties that are there. So I'll probably do 3 of these around the rest of the sign. See how that is. Okay, so I decided that's what I'm gonna do. So now I'm gonna do my 24 inches. So 24 inches, 24 inches. And don't forget, you guys, that we have all of these tools at thewreathshop.com as well. If you go to the website and click on Other, and then go to Tools, you will find our scissors, like these handy dandy turquoise scissors that are super sharp and strong and amazing. You will find our cutting mats. You will find chenille stems. You will find bow makers, the roller mesh cutters, all the things. Do that. And do my dovetails. Hello, hello. So is anybody doing anything? You going anywhere this weekend? I'm not going anywhere this weekend. Staying put, getting things ready. So no, it's a long weekend for some people. Others it's not. My husband works for a bank, so he always gets all the bank holidays off. Yay for him. We don't take off the bank holidays here. We take off the big ones, but not the little bank ones. We still got to get orders shipped out. Okay, so this is the second one. I've been seeing things about, what is it? Wreath Makers? Wreath Makers Live. Gosh, y'all, it's been a minute. I've been seeing things about Wreath Makers Live, but haven't really looked into anything yet. I've been so busy. It's back in Houston, in Sugar Land, right? Is anybody going? Sonia, are we going this year? I don't even know when it is. It's always in the summer. I don't know when. I'm like, man, July is like the only time I can take vacation. I'm going to put tails on the outside and cheater bows on the inside. That's a good idea, Barb. We can do a wreath off Barb and see who made it better. Probably you. I don't do this often. Get on the opposite side. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with that purple hat and the clock and the egg and all those things, and can they all go in one, maybe a swag wreath? I don't know. Need to see who's up for the challenge. Oh, there's Sonia put up the link to find all of our tools and extras, or the bow makers. Oh, we have zip ties too. All the things. Okay, I've got one more of these to go. Sonia, when you make these wreaths on your lives, I'm often not on there. Often busy doing other stuff. We are, Sonia says, yes, we're going. You, no, you. Sonia, do you know anything? When is it? Is it the end of July or something? It seems like that's when it always is. I forgot what I was saying now, before all that. I was saying something. Probably wasn't important. I cannot see this. Oh, there's Rachel. Hey, Rachel. That's what I was talking about. Thank you, Rachel. I was talking about the purple hat and all those things. She says a swag. Sonia, are you feeling that one? Do you want to make it? I don't know who to have make it. I don't know if I'm up for the challenge. Hello, hello. Welcome. If you're just joining, I am Sarah with The Wreath Shop. We have all the wreath making supplies at thewreathshop.com. We ship out of our warehouse north of Dallas, Texas. $89 or more gets you free shipping. We have 5% back towards your future purchases with our loyalty rewards. I can't keep my sweater on. And we are making a Texas Grown Wreath today. Fun Texas themed wreath. July 30th to August 20th. Of course, that's when everything is. My nephew is graduating that weekend in Florida. That was also when we were thinking about finally making up to our family cottage in northern Michigan. It's all my extended family that owns it together. And we haven't made it up there in years because it's so far and hard to get to, so we're thinking about going then. I can't be everywhere at once. I'm gonna have to make a decision. Gotta pick something. Seems like there's always 1 or 2 weekends every year when everything is all happening. All the events happen at the same time. Like, what is it about the last weekend of July this year? Everything has to be then. And who has a graduation August 1st? Especially in Florida. It's like having an August 1st graduation in Texas. It's too hot. You say cottage. That would be the most relaxing choice. My daughter and I did run up there for one night this past summer. It was the first time since I think 2019 since any of us had been, because COVID hit. But was driving my daughter around the Midwest on a radio tour, and we were in Michigan and just a few hours away from the cottage and didn't have to be anywhere till the next day. So we ran up there just for the night, and I tried to cram everything into like 5 hours. Daughter was like, Mom was doing Michigan on speed. Had to do it all, see all the things. Julie says she'll go with Sonia. Well, who's gonna run the warehouse, Julie? That's a problem. I don't think you can go, I'm sorry. You could leave Barbara and Aaron to run the place. Also, Ella, my daughter's drummer, works for us too. She works in the warehouse pulling orders. She's amazing. We love her. And so when we go out on tour, she goes with us too. So that's another employee down. We try to get help from one of my daughter's musician friends too when we need it. Julie says Barbara and Aaron. I can't figure these comments out. Sorry. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same, Barb. I did the, so I got the 3 cheater bows around it. And then I'll do tails around the outside, and then I'll fill in with the florals. Oh, my brain is giving out. Any burning questions you want to ask while you have me here? What is the state of the wreath world today? Well, it's a lot more chill than it has been for the past 3 or 4 years. And these turquoise scissors are great. They still cut through these extra strong wires. So I'm gonna cut 5 pieces of each ribbon at about 13 inches each. I'm doing 5 because there are 10 sets of ties around the outer frame of the wreath. And we're gonna alternate. We're gonna pair up 2 by 2 and alternate. Which most of you already know. Is there anything in particular you'd like to see us do, make a combination with? Any tutorials that aren't too difficult? Now, Julie wants me to make the House is Not a Home Without Paw Prints wreath. I do have a quick little easy wreath tutorial I'm gonna try to do before I head out of town. Y'all, while I'm gone, did you use the cruffle method on the deco mesh? Yes, Linda, I did. I cut all of the deco mesh at about 19 inches each. And so you have 18 pieces of each color at 19 inches each, and I cruffled each piece and put 1 of each color into each set of ties. I'm just cutting all my ribbon tails right now to prepare them before I put them all. I'm odd, making bows takes me forever. Oh, awful. Oh, that's when you use the bow maker. I can make a bow by hand, okay, but I don't have the strength because I don't do this every day. I don't do it that often at all. So if you don't have the hand strength to grip that thing and hold it and pinch it all together the whole time you're making it, I can't do it. I've got to use the bow maker, and it holds it all together for you. It makes it so much easier. That ribbon, or that bow the big bow that I just made and put on, the first one I did, the big bow, that would have looked so much easier and been so much easier if it didn't have this one directional ribbon in it. That makes it hard. If you don't have the one directional ribbon, so much easier. Let's see. Can you do another tutorial or 2 showing different ways to do the mesh, like one with bunching and then one with cutting into pieces? So when you say the bunching, is that where you just mean where you take, let me find a roll of mesh. Ugh, it's all stuck together. Are you talking about, so the bunching might be where you just tie in one end of the mesh in and you kind of do these poofs. We call them poofs. We do the poofs all around. We don't do that very often anymore. The cruffle method is what makes a really nice full wreath. The poofs we did when we used 21-inch mesh, which you can certainly do that, and that's super easy, but having the, like if you do that, you still have to fill in with all the 10-inch mesh, doing the cruffles to fill in the between all the poofs. It's just, yeah. Yeah, Sonia seconds the bow maker. It makes things so much easier. And it really is easier if you just keep one way of doing the mesh and just do that every time. And it just becomes very methodical. But what I also really like is using the PVC wreaths. So, okay, cruffle, maybe that's the term I'm not familiar with. Yeah, that's what I did here, was the cruffle method. So that's where, let me cut this off. That's where you just cut a piece of mesh. We do ours at 19 inches each. You can do whatever for whatever. And you just simply roll the edges in, or let them roll in, and then ruffle it. So you're coiling the edges in and then ruffling it up down the middle. So that's why it's called a cruffle. And then it gives you a more full edge than if you were to just to coil it. So it makes your poofy wreath. Cruffle and crisscross is my fave. Yes, that is what we do. Cruffle and crisscross. Did you layer one color on top of the other, and if so, which one? Or did you lay the mesh right next to each other? I crisscross the two. So I'll take one piece and another piece and crisscross it and then tie them in together. And some people get particular about laying them each the same way each time, and I really don't care. It's not, like, you're not going to see just a big mesh wreath unless you're not adding a bunch of ribbons like we do. Then you might see all the mesh, but the mesh is just kind of your base and filler, and the ribbons and sign and florals, whatever you add, is gonna cover most of it, and it doesn't matter. And you can go find us on YouTube. You just go to youtube.com and do /@thewreathshop. You're welcome, Jennifer. Go to youtube.com /@thewreathshop, the @ the wreath shop, or go to YouTube and look up the wreath shop. And we do have a channel. We don't have a ton of videos, but we have several. And you can watch me make some wreaths from start to finish on there, including how to do the mesh. There's an old one with a fall pumpkin spice wreath, which is just your absolute basic, how to make a deco mesh wreath with the cruffles and adding just tails without doing a big bow. And then there's other ones with doing a big bow. And then there's other ones that aren't even wreaths, and they're completely different. Like how to do the angel wings. Oh, there's a good one. It's a really old one, but it's still super popular. It shows an easy way to use scrap pieces of ribbon to make bows. And it's super easy. You don't have to do the full out bows. You can take just a ton of ribbon tails and cut them shorter than this and just crisscross them all, different colored ribbons, different sizes, crisscross them all, tie them up together, and it's still a bow. Crafting is just playing. It's just playing with your materials and seeing what you can do with them. Just get creative, think outside the box. Don't try to make things too difficult or impossible. Okay, so I'm gonna pair up my ribbons like I said before. I finally got all these done. And I'm just gonna crisscross them, pinch them in the center, and then add them in the ties around the outside ring of my wreath frame. I do not untie my ties. I just tie the ribbons right on top of the mesh. And then just kind of fluff them. And this 5/8 inch ribbon, it's a little harder. It's so skinny to dovetail, so I'm just cutting it at diagonals. And like I said, I'm just gonna alternate. So I'm gonna do these next. Oh, thanks, Sonia. She posted the link to our YouTube page there. And anything you guys can do to spread the love, spread the word. You can share this post this video, you can recommend us. We try to keep a great selection of products and keep them at a low everyday price. So we don't do many sales and coupon codes. You just have low everyday prices, plus you get your 5% back towards future purchases with your loyalty rewards. And those can add up quick. And if you're new to us and you haven't seen, go scroll down our Facebook page and our Instagram. We're on Instagram too, of course. For other ideas, Sonia and I did a cute Easter tree a couple weeks ago with it's the Easter Bunny garden party, tea party, Easter Bunny garden tea party tree. Super cute with all the teapots and cups and the bubbles. I love the bubbles. You just have to keep track of which of these you're doing. Make sure you keep alternating. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to take the florals and cut them apart and add them in, which reminds me, I do not have my glue on. It's not even plugged in. Where did... Hold on, guys. I'm looking for my plug. Don't know where it went. Just up across and on the table. I'm still here, just plugging things in. Okay. Okay, how to get my glue going. Sorry. The mantle. Oh, I don't think the mantle's been posted yet though, right? I don't think I even, Sonia, did you give those pictures and video to Rachel? Because I think I forgot to give those to her yesterday. But Sonia and I just did a beautiful spring mantle yesterday. I think it was just yesterday. With spring florals all in it. It's so pretty and easy. Mantles can be very easy to do. Again, thanks for hopping on and spending part of your Valentine's Day with us. I'm not paying attention. Okay, almost done with these. And you don't have to do florals, of course. You can just add your ribbon all throughout it if you want. And some people are more comfortable with that, doing it that way. Some people don't like mesh and they just do florals on grapevines, which we do have tons of grapevine wreaths. We have moss wreaths. We have tons of florals. Okay, this is how we're looking so far with all of our ribbons. You can see there are some spots here that are empty where you could put more tails in. I'm gonna put florals in, and then if I think we still need more ribbon, I can add more ribbon. The way we do this, when you do a big bow or a couple of big bows and cheater bows, and then you do ribbon tails too, you do blow through like a lot of ribbon. So our ribbon kits come with full rolls, usually 4 rolls, and they're all full 10-yard rolls, not $10. Yeah, and you use most of that, this using this method. Okay, so I've got these pretty florals that we're going to add in. I almost wonder if the, gosh, what are they? Forget-me-nots. The other blue filler, I wonder if it might be a better color for that. This is more of a lighter blue. Well, I can't look right now because I'm on my phone. So we're gonna go with it. So this is our Linum bush, the 40200. Hold on just a second, I'm gonna see if I have some out here. Better because it has the darker blue in it too. Okay, I went and found one. What blue FH is listed? Oh, the blue FH is listed. Well, it's probably still on a palette though, so we probably can't get to it. So the blue FH 8071, that's the beginning of a SKU number, is probably gonna look great. But this is also, this is a blue filler, this is the baby's breath filler bush. And I like this one with it because it has kind of two-tone blues. So I'm gonna go with this one. And not the Linum. Sonia's gonna stop in and come get all the FH 807s and all the colors and use them in all the projects. We have been waiting on them for forever. They are such a staple filler. They're so good to fill in on your mesh wreaths, your grapevine wreaths. We have been waiting and waiting on them. We have, I think, we have a collab coming up with Sherelle with Crafty Pants Wreaths. She is doing a project this Sunday. I'm not sure what time. It'll either be 6 or 7 Eastern time, I believe. And it'll be on her page on Crafty Pants Wreaths on Facebook. And she's doing a cute swag with a cute Easter bunny and some of the teapot and teacup. It'll be really cute. And then next week, Sonia will be live Tuesday and Thursday. I think Tuesday she's going to do a Easter wreath with the hot pink and bright orange theme. That'll be fun. So I just cut all these stems off and I'm gonna glue them in here. Of course, my glue pot isn't ready yet. It's not even close. Oh, it was turned practically off. Okay, we're gonna use the glue gun for now. So when you glue these in, you just want to make good contact with mesh or ribbons. I prefer the mesh to get it in there so that it'll stay. This would have been better if I had turned my glue gun on earlier. Completely forgot. I always do that. What time is it? My watch died. Yay. say? FH in lavender. We have the FH 8071 in lavender. Yay. I know, like, because we don't have enough florals. We have so many for spring. So I'm putting these in around the sign right now where we don't have ribbons. Oh, I meant to say earlier, I started talking about 405. Thank you, Sonia. Now I forgot again. Dang it. I'm getting old. My brain is failing. I can't remember. I need to stop looking at the screen because it distracts me and I forget. Oh, what-do-do. Yeah, I have a simple YouTube wreath tutorial that's super quick and easy that I'm gonna work on for y'all. We have plenty of the types of florals where you can, they're the big sprays that have a good mix, so you can just take a couple of those and some filler to make a pretty grapevine or moss wreath, and that's super quick. Ugh, the nose keeps tickling. Does anybody live near the coast? Like, especially the Gulf? When we were in Florida, there was red tide going on. We saw all these warning signs and just completely disregarded them. They weren't huge, or they were just sitting there off to the side. The beaches weren't closed or anything. And they were about red tide. We thought it said something about riptide. We're like, oh, we're not gonna go swimming, whatever. Just kind of ignored them. And we kept walking along the beach, and there would be a few dead fish here and there. I mean, not just piles of them or anything, but several dead fish. We didn't think much of it. We're not big beach people. We don't go to the ocean. We go to the lake. And we would be walking along the beach, and all of a sudden we'd kind of have trouble breathing, and we'd be coughing, and we would both feel it at the same time. And we kept like, what is that? What is that? Because it kept happening all weekend long. Well, I would cough it all up and be fine. But after 2 days, my husband just kept coughing and coughing and coughing, and he just couldn't stop. And he woke up the next morning and he just felt horrible. He had like a low-grade fever. He just kept coughing. He just felt like poop. And we thought he had come down with something. So then we fly home, and the next morning he still feels horrible, low-grade fever, coughing. So he goes into urgent care, gets tested for everything. He's negative for everything. And we had gone to see the sunset one night, and this woman was bringing her dogs in from the beach, and she was talking to this other woman and talking about the red tide and how it's bad for the dogs, and there's dead fish and stuff. So I finally looked it up on my phone to see what the red tide was, and it's like a, what do you call it? An algae bloom, kind of, that creates this bacteria that's bad for the fish and kills them, and it's bad for humans to breathe and can cause respiratory problems. So we said, oh, that's what it is. That's what all that coughing was and why we couldn't breathe. And we had trouble. And so my husband went in and tested for negative for everything and told the doctor about the red tide. And she was like, yeah, I think it's just the complications from the red tide. And it turned into bronchitis just over a couple of days. So he got a steroid shot and a Z-Pack and an inhaler. And he was miserable. But after like 24 hours, he slept through the night great and was totally fine, thank goodness. But I had no idea. Did you know about red tide? There's your little lesson. Okay, I have this one little empty spot here. I'm going to add some more. Here we go. I mean, I really kind of think it's great just like that. So that was it. I used for this was the Texas Grown Wreath Kit, and I just used one baby's breath filler bush in blue. And that's all it was. And I think it looks great just like that. I'm gonna hang it up and look at it, and I may add more ribbon or more florals to see what it looks like to finish it off. It's hard for me to tell looking at it this way, but I'll take a step back, look at it. What's always a great idea to do is take a step back and take a picture of it. And you look at the picture of it, and that often tells me, oh no, I can see it in a completely different light. Like, oh no, you need to add something there. Thank you guys. Well, thanks for hopping on and humoring me while I made a little something. Felt like I needed to get this wreath kit made. And next up, I'll be working on Miss Julie's paw print wreath. We'll see how that goes. And then Sonia, we got to get another tree done. We got to get another Easter tree done at some point. But let's see, I head out on Tuesday, and then I'll be back the following week for a few days. So I'll see you back then. Maybe we'll show you some new goodies and things. But y'all have a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, guys.